love you, honey bunny.
Everybody be cool, this is a robbery!
Any of you fucking pricks move! And I'll execute every motherfucking last one of you!
Oh, shit. Well, welcome back to the No Room for Improvement podcast. I am Stark.
And I am Darnell.
And welcome to our next episode. And just want to say, hey, how's it going today?
It's going great. It is St. Patty's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
All the Irish, shout out to y'all.
Give them a big old hello. How's it going?
Big old round of applause to y'all. Get y'all green out.
Irish people, stand up and take a bow. Well, what are we here to discuss today, my man?
Well, I feel like we should highlight our special guest over here, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Stark,
we should.
If you want to do introductions.
Well, everybody, this is my lovely girlfriend of 4 years. I just want to introduce you all to Ava Jean. She's a lady.
Hey.
Yeah, she's pretty swag. She might come in for a few comments. This is her first time, so to start this off though today, I was thinking we could talk about the good old Kenobi trailer.
Star Wars is making the comeback, is it? Maybe?
Star Wars, Darnell, I want your opinion first.
All right. With Star Wars, for me, it really starts with that CG Clone Wars series that Cartoon Network was running, and that's my whole first introduction to it, which honestly is like a really fire show.
That's the most Zoomer shit I've ever heard in my life. Imagine being a Star Wars fan. It's like my first thing I ever saw was the CG animated series. I'd be like, okay,
it was.
It was.
Although I do have a distinct memory of watching Empire Strikes Back somewhere. We were on vacation somewhere. It was on TV. I was like, oh, that's what's up. It was like the scene where they were putting the helmet on Darth Vader and he saw his bald ass head.
So I will be honest with you. My first experience is in tandem, A New Hope, Return of the Jedi and Phantom Menace. And for me, I've always been a giant fan of Ewan McGregor. I love him as Obi-Wan. I love him in Train Spotting, one of my favorite movies of all time. I really love him in Big Fish. I think that he's a very charismatic actor. I even liked him in Birds of Prey as Black Mask.
He did great.
Yeah, I don't really think you can do wrong for me with Ewan. So I've been excited about this show for God knows how long. But then the trailer actually exists into the universe. And
Indifferent.
Let's do like a 1 to 10 rating. I'm going to go light 6.
Yeah, I'm really about 50-50 on this.
Yeah.
At this point.
And can I tell you, before we get to the obvious elephant in the room characters, I want to chat with you about my first big fear. Why is there a kid Luke Skywalker?
I don't want to see a lot of Luke.
I don't either.
I'm tired of him. I'm tired of CG him.
I'm tired of his
He died. Let's let it die. It's over.
Like Ivan Drago said, if he dies, he dies.
He dies, you die.
You just got to accept it. You just got to move on. And for me, this character is in his show. Like, I get it. I would like it if they do it like they did in Maleficent, where like you kind of see them. He is looking at him from afar. But if we have an actual episode where we're on the Lars homestead, I will snap.
And I'm tired of Tatooine as well.
Like,
after Boba Fett and after all that shit.
It's such a waste.
Over Tatooine. But you keeping Luke, there are talks of them cutting out or Darth Maul for this?
Cutting out Darth Maul for me it feels wrong.
Yeah.
And I understand, like, if episode 6, also known as the Disney Plus special, their favorite thing to ever do.
Is this again 6 episodes or 10?
Getting only 6. Yeah. Just WandaVision deserves 10 for some reason.
Wow.
Just WandaVision.
Wow.
Wow. Even though many of those episodes are Just non-necessary.
In the long run, what did it do?
In the long run, no Marvel show has done anything for me. But that's my big fear for Obi-Wan. Okay, so to quickly go over the TV shows made by Star Wars, I'll name them and I just want your opinions. So Mandalorian season 1,
Tremendous.
I think it's the closest thing we got to A New Hope, but I don't think it is spectacular. I think that there are still flaws about it. I think it is the closest media to Star Wars we've ever gotten, though, outside of the original trilogy. And
it definitely offered a lot more of Star Wars that we haven't seen.
Season 2, I love the Ahsoka episode. I think it actually is one of the most beautiful Star Wars things ever.
The only two I go back to watch is the Ahsoka and then the Bill Burr episode right after that.
Oh, Bill Burr's tension was beautiful. Like, he's actually really good at acting.
Oh my God, that was wow. Like, he really went.
He went for it. He went full on. And then we get to CGI Luke. And guys, I'm just gonna get over this pet peeve really fast. I really hate CGIing characters, especially dead people. I think that you need to respect and honor the dead enough that they can be left out of a franchise.
Have I ever told you the movie? I forgot the name of it by this point, but they were trying to bring back James Dean in the main role of this movie.
Wait, what?
Hold on.
Why were they trying, like, so we're already opening this can of worms. I think for me, you putting in what?
James Dean Reborn. Okay, here it is.
In a Vietnam War action drama.
Yep.
James Dean Reborn in a CGI.
Who died in 1955, the year of our Lord.
The year of our Lord, 1955. Black people were still segregated, and for some reason, we want to bring this man back. We're like, yes, we're going to bring him back in style.
I don't think Emmett Till died for this, honestly.
Emmett Till did not die for this.
What is wrong with, like, who's the executives? Like, you know who we need for this role? We need James Dean.
We need James Dean. But, like, to get back to it, it's literally like Grand Moff Tarkin. Grand Moff Tarkin, for me, is like James Dean. It's like, you shouldn't have brought him back. It was unnecessary. And then that's kind of me with Egon Spangler and Ghostbusters. But Luke has really set it over to talk about our last show, in your opinion, Book of Boba Fett.
Oh, that disappointment.
Book of Boba Fett has one solid episode. One.
Well, he's not even in it.
And he's not even in it. And to be honest with you, the Luke scene is maybe the most upsetting scene ever, because when you are really into film or TV or anything of that nature, you can really start to point out, like, weird uncanny valley shit. And as soon as he started talking, I was like, that's not a person. This sounds like one of those, like, do you remember being in elementary school and it was like the point and click games where you're like, please go up?
Oh, those Flash games?
Yeah, like the Flash games. Like,
Yeah.
It literally felt like a Flash game character was speaking to me physically.
There's a problem where you make a show about one specific character and then all of a sudden you want to, like, spend all this time on the other ones where it really doesn't, like, do anything for, like, the actual main story you're trying to tell.
Not at all. Like, the characters in that show, like, it doesn't even tie together in the end. It's not like a beautifully weaved basket where, like, by the end of it, you're like, oh my God, it was all worth it. No. It's kind of like a cornucopia. It's a little sideways. It's curved. It has too many things in it. Too many things are happening.
But we have Baby Yoda.
Then we have Baby Yoda to sell more products. By the way, guys, go buy some more Baby Yoda products.
Get his little chainmail shirt, you know.
Get his chainmail shirt, which made me giggle
Gala.
so much. It was so funny. But to seek out my annoyance with Luke Skywalker, I do not want to see him anymore. But alas, here we are. I also think that if this is really only 6 episodes and we're going to get a rematch, maybe on a lava planet, I'm not going to watch it. I might unsubscribe from Disney Plus. If I really see a Mustafar battle with Darth Vader and Obi-Wan again, no. No.
I just want a flashback, like a live-action flashback to the Clone Wars. That's all I want.
I just want Hayden Christensen's Anakin.
Yeah.
I want Hayden Christensen's Anakin to be the Andrew Garfield of this year. You know exactly what I mean by that.
What you mean.
Like, I need him to redeem himself because after the lines sand, it's coarse, rough, and it gets everywhere.
It gets
everywhere. Then come on, he deserves more of a redemption than Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, poor Hayden.
Man,
He's been through the ringer.
Been through the ringer. So that's my thing with that. But the main elephant in the room are the characters from the TV show I'm not even a fan of. I never was.
It's mid.
Star Wars Rebels, a Star Wars show without violence to me. Like, I'm not even like a super, like, I need violence in a TV show. But you're making a thing called Star Wars. Wars is in the title.
Star Wars Rebels.
Like,
They got a new R2 and he goes burr burr burr.
he goes burr, 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 and then here's some more toys.
Yeah.
And then, by the way, Ahsoka's still alive.
Yeah.
And then, okay, we have to at least admit the two good episodes. Like, the Obi-Wan and Darth Maul episode is fucking incredible.
Oh my God.
It is
Anything with Darth Maul, you really don't lose.
And that's the thing that immediately, like, I just wanted live action that.
Yeah.
Or give me, like, all I want. There was a comic book when I was growing up, or like a toy 2-pack that was Uncle Owen and Darth Maul. And they're on the Lars homestead. That's how you could do it. I would love if Darth Maul was like a bounty hunter, essentially, and he was trying to find Luke. That is the only way you could put Luke in it, and I would have no problem at all. Like, Luke being a target for a episode, I'd be like, that's swag.
Yeah,
and
just
then
for one.
Darth Maul, like, retreats.
Yeah.
I think that would be fine. The real question, though, do you think we're going to see a ghost Liam Neeson? Have you even considered that?
I haven't. That's
Ghost
something-
Qui-Gon.
Wow, we haven't seen Qui-Gon in a bit, live action at least.
Literally in 20 years.
Yeah.
Almost 30.
I know they brought his Space Ghost back in like one of the TV shows. I think it might have been Rebels and the Clone Wars.
I think so. And the thing is he's such a great character. Like, as much as people talk crap about Phantom Menace, including myself, I love Qui-Gon Jinn. I'm also, though, before we continue, I'm a Jar Jar supporter, so we're just gonna lay that out there right now.
Jar Jar did 9/11, spread the word.
So
It's me.
It's me. Oh my God. But
we were looking at Pakistan and we're in the wrong place.
we're in the wrong place. We need to be in Tatooine. But speaking of my 9/11, the Inquisitors look horrible. I just need to get that out there. They look horrible.
You know what this is like starting to look like? Star Wars has always been known for like practical effects and everything, but like over like the years, their practical shit's kind of like dipped a little bit. Like in Boba Fett, those like pig guards from Jabba's
the
palace.
Gamorrean guards looked like absolute
Rubber.
shit
Looked
in
like
Boba
rubber.
Fett. There's nothing in Boba Fett that feels real or tangible or necessary. The whole show kind of feels like a goof gaffster. Like it kind of feels like oh, you like Star Wars? I'm going to remind you why you shouldn't like Star Wars. Like, literally, it's like, do you like Boba Fett? I'm going to remind you why you shouldn't like Boba Fett. Do you like Luke Skywalker? No, you don't. No, you don't. You're going to like two things. You're going to like Ahsoka, and you're like Din Djarin. That's it. By the way, I never thought I'd say the words, I miss Din Djarin, or the Mandalorian.
Oh, yeah.
That's his real name.
Yeah.
But
I keep forgetting.
yeah, like, I genuinely was like, I think I like this character.
Not like him.
So there was that, but like once we saw the Inquisitors, the practical effects, Megamind,
The main one is
the
just
main
like,
Inquisitor looks like Megamind, and it bothered me to no avail. Like, it was such an upsetting thing.
I don't even know how you go about correcting that.
You can't. That's not really a thing you can correct, and I find that to be just, it's too late. Like, it's too late in the process,
Pretty
so
much.
it's gonna be one of those things where
This
if
isn't a Sonic thing, ladies and gentlemen. They're not
Yeah.
going to change the eyes.
no, like, because he's not a tangible character. Okay, so real quick, because you said that, someone made a joke that was like, so they make a Sonic meme in the original Sonic movie.
No.
Knuckles is in this movie.
Yeah.
I would kill for a Ugandan Knuckles meme. I would kill. It is a kids movie. Universal
Do you know the way?
or Paramount, please do it.
Do you know the way?
And it's Idris. If they got Idris to say, "Do you know the way?"
Oh
My God,
Yeah.
that would be amazing. But about something way less interesting. In all, Kenobi, 5 out of 10.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Come May 25th. Although I was really salty about them not putting it on May the 4th, but it's been how many years?
What,
since the first one?
Fucking 40.
Yeah.
Near 50. It's like the 45th.
Jesus.
It's literally the 45th year anniversary, so that's why they have to do it. But it comes out on the exact same day, right?
What? Uh-oh.
Miss Marvel.
Oh.
Yeah.
Should we...
You know what? We're already on it. And to enter our usual Marvel shilling, you're going to notice that we're not Marvel shills. So,
we
Miss Marvel.
Everybody gets a fair gambit at this, we don't pull punches around here.
Did you say gambit? Did you mean that as a pun? Did you mean that as a because it's Marvel? Did you mean that?
No, I don't do a little Channing Tatum joke. No. of course not.
Did you hear that he's traumatized from doing Marvel movies ever because they were basically treating him like a rabbit carrying or looking at a carrot on a string? Like, they just kept pulling him along.
Oh, and gambit money.
Gambit money. He's like, oh my god. And no, so he was like, it's traumatized. I would never do one again. Well, we don't need you anyway. But speaking of travesties,
I never really want a standalone movie with the dude that throws cards.
I don't want a standalone X-Men movie because that to me defeats the purpose because they're called the X-Men.
Yeah.
They're a gang of misfits. They're teenagers to 20-year-olds that are an allegory for racism and puberty. That is exactly what they should be, and not just like some baseline characters that exist. Wolverine is maybe the only one. But to speak on some horrible travesties, Miss Marvel. Now, I'm not going to go at it at the angle of she's a little girl. I'm not going to go on her race angle or her religion angle. I'm going to go on the angle that it looks like a boring TV show.
I'm going to throw a fun fact in there. The creators/directors of the show are the same ones who directed the third Bad Boys movie, Bad Boys Faux Life, which is the highest grossing movie of 2019.
You are
2020.
You are joking, right?
No, I'm not.
Oh.
Wait, so is she like Elastigirl?
So, thank you for stepping in, actually. Thank you.
Well, because in like all her comics, it's just like she has these long ribbons, and then she has her elastic-looking arms and big-ass fists.
So here's the thing, Ava. That would have even been okay.
Very good point.
I would have loved that. No. They turned her powers into she shoots energy now.
She got it from a bracelet type?
She has it from a bracelet, and she throws her arms, and instead of it actually being rubberized, it turns into like plasma purple energy. Purple rain. Anyway, yeah, it comes out as purple energy.
I thought they were gonna go in that like kind of like goofy like tone with like the whole like stretching abilities.
So is it supposed to be live action or is it?
No, it's live action.
It is.
It's live action.
Oh.
It's just goofy. Like, it's not good.
How old is she supposed to be?
Like 16, 13, within that range. Like, okay.
Younger than Spider-Man.
As a person who's a Marvel comic, like avid reader, all of these things, I will openly admit to all of you, I never read Miss Marvel. I was in 9th grade when she came out, maybe 8th, and I thought that her comic, for me, like, I loved the idea of having, like, a little Muslim girl with a bunch of cool, kooky superpowers. Like,
It's cool.
It's cool. If you guys have seen Turning Red, then you see, for me, how you can do a coming-of-age story.
But that was supposed to be like a thing for tweens where they were supposed to like feel comfortable with
That's this,
superheroes.
though.
That's what this is?
Like, it literally, honey, it opens up, and it literally is like
It's a high school
her
story.
having a crush on like her teacher or drawing photos. I was like, oh, so this is just like Lazy Turning Red. And I was excited. I was like, you could really, really make something out of this. And I just think that Marvel's pipelining and all their pushing out of shows and everything, I'm not
Is this
excited.
the one that Sydney Sweeney is in, or is that?
No. We'll get there. Ooh, trust me, we'll get there. Do you know about that?
Excuse me?
So, well, thank you for that, because we have now entered the rumor mill.
Hold on one quick second before
No. It's the rumor mill. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
Sydney Sweeney
Yeah.
has been attached to the new Madam Web movie.
Sony. Let me sit down. Sit down, Sony. Right there. Right there. You got seat?
Right across the table. We're having an
Hey.
intervention.
Hey, Sony. Hey, how are you today? You good? Hey, can you stop?
Can you stop with everything? Did you hear about Morbius maybe having Andrew in it?
Yeah, I just need you to stop these like standalone villain movies. Venom barely gets by.
Venom is like worse than Fast and Furious for me.
I
Like
know.
Venom in third Spider-Man, he didn't really do much, in my opinion.
Skinny Spider.
That's skinny Venom. We're talking about Tom Hardy Venom. We're talking about like the dude, like a guy who wears Ed Hardy T-shirts and drinks Mountain Dew as Venom.
Is it bad that I'm more excited for like the video game version of Venom just because he's voiced by Tony Todd?
He looks incredible.
Listen,
That is the most amazing looking Venom we've ever
a
seen.
Venom voiced by the man who did the voice of Candyman.
I love that.
Candyman. Candyman.
Say Candyman.
As Terrence Howard would say, Candyman.
Next time, baby.
No, Terrence.
No, you're not coming back.
Sorry, Terrence.
No, Kramer. You're done. You're not coming.
Don't let him get to him, Kramer.
Man. So, yeah, so there's that. That show isn't my thing, but the next thing are rumors is that Laura Kinney, also known as X-23, might be Wolverine in Multiverse of Madness.
So are they just
How
trying
old?
to make women like every Superman? Or just like every superhero?
You know,
Honey, I
Lee,
don't
but
know
that's
if
a-
these are things we're allowed to talk about.
That's a solid trend.
It
going
is a
on right
solid
now.
trend. If you really will look at it, the next few things.
Well, because the only like women I would see in like just superhero movies were mostly villains, or you had like Wonder Woman.
I mean, actually, it's not horribly wrong.
So
No.
I mean, like I'm all for it, I guess, in a sense. But I just feel like, why do we have to make like women versions of Wolverine? Why can't we just have like?
So she's his daughter, and that was 03, and that's the
Right.
only reason I'm okay with that. She was created in exiles. I'm cool with that. But my thing is that let me tell you that in this year alone, we are getting
Woman
Thor. Woman Thor.
Is she gonna have a beer belly? That would
No,
be funny.
no. That would be funny. As
I
fuck,
would
though.
love
Wait.
if Natalie Portman had a beer belly. I would cry. I would love it. No, so honey, we're supposed to get Woman Thor, Miss Marvel, She-Hulk. She-Hulk.
Bruh,
No.
That's just turning red at that.
No.
point, though.
She's green. She's Bruce Banner's cousin. She's been around since the 70s.
So the
What
Hulk
up, cuz?
just has family now.
The Hulk has family. Oh, and it gets worse. In the Old Man Logan comic, which Logan is based on,
Mhm.
Bruce Banner and her have sex.
It's
Wait,
like a weird
he ha-
instant.
They
What?
have inbred Hulk babies.
So does that mean there'll be like different shades of green?
No,
Like,
they're
they'll
all
be,
just
like little boogers.
No. They're
They're
all
all the
actually they
Shreks.
do kind of look like boogers,
Hulk
no joke.
boogers.
But they're all incestual, weird like troll creature monsters.
Like
Okay.
hillbillies type.
Yeah, like they're hillbillies, and they own a part of this thing called the Wasteland, which is when they lose the U.S. It's insane. Regardless, there are and Ironheart.
Oh wow, yeah.
What?
And-
Yeah, it's a black woman named Riri Thompson, I think,
Mhm.
and she's going to be
What are
Iron
her
Man.
comics about? Have you read any of her stuff?
I've read a single issue, and of what I know, she's literally just like coming up, being like a strong female lead, and then she becomes Iron Man. Like I want women to I want every person of every color, of every spectrum to have a character for them. But I also think that doing it this fast and this chemically tested.
There's a right and wrong way to do it.
Yeah,
In-
I feel like Disney went kind of in a right way where they're just like they had Encanto, now they're having Turning Red, and it's like, oh, it's nice, and they're also like showing just like different types of bodies, like with like in Encanto, like her sister was like a strong girl, and then in Turning Red you have all of the girls like different heights, different body sizes.
I have to watch that.
You really do. Like, it's a
Yeah.
great movie. And that's the thing. So, Marvel is Disney.
Okay. Like, I
And-
feel like Marvel's just pushing too much. Like,
Yeah, they are.
started with WandaVision, and now it's just like so many shows you can't even keep up at a point.
Outside of that, a lot of the women programs I felt like have been forced.
Yeah.
Like Black Widow. Black Widow,
Ghostbusters, the Lady Ghostbusters felt very forced.
that's 2016. That's the inception of this.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was the beginning.
Okay.
But like we are 5 years in, 6 years in, and the fact that we are still like heralding and like championing movies and shows because they have a woman in it. How
Come
does that work?
We gotta put our adult hats on and actually like, break this down.
Yeah,
You know,
like
they're
that's
not doing it out of the goodness of their heart.
Exactly.
These
and that's
charac-
why it just feels so
Bland.
not genuine.
yeah, like it is so disingenuous to just have another character be like, "Oh, look, woman with a character skin." Like I would love. So I've already told you. All I want is a Andrew Garfield movie as Peter, and I want him to meet Spider-Gwen and it be Gwen Stacy.
That'd
But
nice.
she is more dominant and more powerful than him, and he's like, oh shit. And like, I would love if by the end she has to save him. Like, I think that would actually be such a beautiful little thing. I also love Woman Dr. Octopus.
Yeah.
One of the coolest designs ever, by the way.
Catherine Hahn did again.
You know, I don't want Agatha to get a TV show. Let's just put that out there right now.
Yeah,
Agatha does
why?
not need a TV show.
That was like a thing on Twitter. You don't have to make it a whole thing. Disney, it's okay. It's okay.
Like,
Let her be what it be.
the song is on iTunes, and people are like, I love that song. I love it so much. I'm like, that's cool. Whatever. Fanboys be fanboys, I guess. Whatever. But, so, Doctor Strange, this movie, for me, is starting to sound like everything. It sounds like everything in the kitchen sink, the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds literally like, what the fuck else do we put in it?
Honestly.
And we might, okay, so I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to throw all these things at you, and I'm just going to see how you respond. Okay, so 2 Ghost Riders and an Illuminati. We're supposedly never actually going to be on our multiverse. We might see the Flash Ezra Miller. I'm not done. Bruce Campbell's in it. Tobey Maguire might die. Zombie universe. Ultron from What If. Okay.
That was
If-
a lot of words.
If that doesn't feel like
I believe like
you can fly.
3. I did have to pee, but I like I think about like 3 of those are actually substantial. I don't know about the whole Ezra Miller thing, even though they did me the the Flashpoint reference in Homecoming, which was in No Way Home, which was hilarious.
Oh, I loved that. That was so tit for tat. Like, all right, dudes. All right, dudes.
You have heard about DC's lineup, right? What happened with them?
You mean Spider-Man No Way Home came out? You mean Spider-Man came out? They were like, shit. We need one more
And
older character.
And they put Shazam 2 right up against like Avatar 2.
Oh
in
my
December.
god.
Wait,
Avatar
so-
2 is coming out.
Wait, like the blue people? or
Blue
like-
people. Blue
Okay.
people.
Because the live action Avatar, that is happening, right?
N- That's a Netflix TV show,
Okay.
which I don't even...
I don't understand.
I've
It's
just been hearing casting news about it. I haven't been hearing anything else.
Same.
I'm
I've
scared.
been hearing like casting stuff about like Iroh, but that's it.
So yeah, Rumor Mill is an intense one. We're supposed to get a lot more information soon, and
I do want
yeah,
Nicolas Cage though. I do want Nicolas Cage in this movie.
they just interviewed him, and it was so like the most Nicolas Cage interview ever. It's like, so have you been asked back for Ghost Rider? He's like, yeah, I haven't. No, not at all. And he like skips right into something else, and I'm like,
Uh-oh.
okay, all right.
They got this pause on him.
Yeah, all right, Nick. I get that Disney got to you first, like Slugworth and Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Like they whisper in his ear, be like, "Don't say anything, dear boy. Do not say anything."
Their lawyer's just like lurking around each corner, and just like with his contract up and shaking it.
Holding it like the, he's like Riddler as a sniper. You know what? Let's talk about it. Batman.
The only Batman to wear black Timbs, by the way.
This man is out here. He's insane. I love him. He is heckin' crazy. And I'm just going to give it a good rating. I give it like a 7 or a 6. I think that the movie is incredible in its first act. I think it is the best Batman movie ever made. I think that by the second act, after the penguin scene, I kind of want to go to bed.
Penguins?
No, Penguin is in it. And by the end of his scene, I'm checking out a little bit. But then by the third act, I want to go home. I want to go home.
I
The
do have to
Joker
say-
shouldn't have been in it.
Yeah, that was like that one scene at the end was probably the most like.
It felt like the
Ugh.
DCEU, and it felt
Yeah.
like Warner Brothers studio notes. They were like, include Joker.
Or at least like
Cool, cool,
Easter egg. Include like at least like some type of hint.
Yeah, something of that nature.
It's like,
So
you don't need it. You don't need it.
yeah, it wasn't my thing. What do you rate it?
I rated it a strong 8.
we are soon actually going to have a entire very long discussion all about the Batman. I need to see it again. I just wanted to give you all the basic rundown of info, considering the movie's been out for almost like half a month. So
It's coming out HBO Max on like the 14th of April.
and that's how I feel like. I think soon we'll probably give a big old in-depth one as everybody sees it, and it's just it's a deep movie to get into, and an actor that I did not expect to be in it was fucking John Turturro.
Yeah.
And to perfectly blend this into my next conversation, I kept thinking of Big Lebowski.
Oh, yeah.
I legitimately only kept thinking of it. And to bleed into our next topic, favorite directors.
Ba-da-ba-ba. That's why we start off the episode with a good old Tarantino Pulp Fiction intro, one of the best intros to any movie. you can
I
ever do.
completely agree. Like, I think that if you know how to make good intros, you usually are a good movie maker.
Yeah.
Like, the two movies we're talking about right now, so Big Lebowski is incredible. It's one of the most... It is my favorite movie ever made. The opening is playing The Tumbling Down, or The Tumbling Tumbleweeds, and the tumbleweed is very representative of the dude and his mission. It's supposed to represent, like, how he just goes with life, and he's literally tumbling down. And it's beautiful. I also just love the Coen brothers. I think that they know how to direct people, and it could be the weirdest people. Like, it's the fact that John Goodman's like a Vietnam War vet, potentially not. He's like if Joker was funny.
Yeah.
Like, he like freaks out at bowling lanes and just,
You're in a world of pain.
you're going to enter a world of pain. And that's the thing, like, there's something about 90s movies. They don't do it like they do it anymore. Like, who do you think would win in a fight? Do you think Jules post giving out, religious text with a gun? Or John Goodman saying you're going to enter a world of pain?
I want to see that fight.
I would love to see them just point a gun at each other and neither of them pull a trigger and just kind of just stare angry at each other.
Like, Joe Pesci was a tough guy in the 90s.
Joe Pesci really was a tough guy. Like, that's what I mean. 90s were so different. You had so much fun. But Pulp Fiction, one of the best movies ever created.
Tarantino, he a lot of people like to rag on him and a lot of shit, and you can have your opinion or whatever. You cannot.
I know you're not trying to step on any toes.
But you cannot deny his fucking like impact on the industry. Like, he literally, like, niggas, like, movies have been made trying to copy what he's done, and no one has been able to redo that.
Nobody has been really good at making a style in which you can mix 70s grindhouse with like spaghetti westerns and also like a dash of crime thriller drama. Like, I honestly think, yeah, he's maybe the only director who can do that for me. Especially westerns. There aren't many western directors anymore. Like, Clint is one of the last ones, but when you're Clint Eastwood and you saw like the Earth get made, I don't think it's that hard for you to make a movie about
And he still
westerns.
was frowning. He's like, ugh.
Still mad, talking to chairs, thinking it's Obama.
Jesus.
You've never seen that?
No.
So in 2012, there's a video of it's a Republican national debate, I think, or not even debate, a Republican event, and what's it called? What's his name? Clint Eastwood. There we go. He's talking to a chair. And he's like, "Hey, Mr. Obama, how's it going?"
Is he blind?
No.
So he's just like dumb.
No, he's old.
He's 90 something. This dude is like,
Shit.
he's like,
Sorry, man.
he's OG. He is OG Hollywood.
And he's like an OG racist. Go watch Dirty Harry when he like hells up a bunch of black people. It's like in the Spider-Man game when Spider-Man's like,
Is this man still
"Yay,
alive?
happy I stopped another drug dealer."
I hate that. Every time I'm at the bus, like, some random thing. It's like, oh, boy, these drug dealers. The guy gets drugs on the streets. Like, okay, Spider-Man, okay.
All right, Spider-Man. These people were just trying to make a living. I
That's-
didn't know that Spider-Man was secretly Ronald Reagan under that fucking mask.
That's why you don't go in the Bronx now, do you? That's the last time I'm going down that street. Woo.
Woo.
Time to swing away. The whip.
Now, what are your favorite Tarantino movies? Your top 3?
We just watched one the other night. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
That was yesterday.
Incredible.
That one, Jesus, I can't even like go into like how much I love that movie. There's definitely that one, Inglorious, and then I would say Pulp, I don't even think deserves to be on any ranking because it already is. It's just like a default like number
It's
one.
one of the best movies ever created,
For
and
sure.
I honestly, at a certain point, I don't understand how people could dislike that movie. I don't think that there's like, that's kind of how I feel about my favorite director's other movie, Fargo. I don't really get how humans could dislike Fargo.
It's a charming ass movie and it's great.
It's charismatic. And what's it called? Frances McDormand is absolutely just charismatic and
Underrated actress. I'd say.
underrated. One of my favorite, probably top 4 or 3, honestly, for me. She is impeccable in that film. Big Lebowski is my favorite movie ever. I just really enjoy the characters. I think it's a fun setup. I think the game that you're essentially playing with the movie, it's spectacular. Like, I love it. And honestly, those movies remind me of each other.
Yeah.
Like, Fargo and Big Lebowski are literally, they're both just about getting rid of a wife to get ransom money.
Yeah.
No, literally. And
It
I
is.
was like, oh my God. I was like, this might just be my genre. But I love when things get lost and people have to find them. Like, Pee-wee's Big Adventure is another one of my favorite movies ever.
That's fair. Even though Tarantino's very high up on my list, I have to go with my boy, old Marty Scorsese.
Good old Marty. If it wasn't for Marty, I also think we probably wouldn't have
A Tarantino.
We wouldn't have a Tarantino.
Scorsese is the only one out of his whole class of Coppola, De Palma, who else?
Coppola, De Palma, Lucas,
Spiel-
Spielberg for me though, I think overshadows them.
Yeah.
Spielberg is like the one friend who actually makes it out of the city. Spielberg's like Eminem in 8 Mile.
Yeah.
The rest of his friends are talented, but no, he's Eminem. And it's like, oh shit, it's Steven Spielberg,
Yeah.
the man who made Tintin.
Hit after hit after hit.
I just watched Tintin a few nights ago.
Did you?
Incredible movie, and Peter Jackson produced it. Also, side note, Peter Jackson is one of my favorite
King
directors ever.
Kong. That's all I have to say.
King Kong, first 3 Lord of the Rings films.
I haven't seen
He
it.
also has a string of older, I think, New Zealand movies that he made called like Bad Taste with puppets. He made this movie called Brain Dead, which is one of the goriest movies ever made. He's an incredible director. The Hobbit movies.
We'll get to New Zealand in a minute because I got my boy Tyke on here. But what is
Oh,
your
you got Tyke on there.
what's your favorite Scorsese movie?
My favorite Scorsese movie? You go first.
I would have to say, Jesus,
It's so tough.
it is really tough because he really doesn't fail.
I'm going to go Taxi Driver as the most generically beautiful choice. I want to watch Kings of Comedy.
Yes, I
That's honestly the one I think we need to watch, and it seems very much up my alley.
I'm gonna put this one as my favorite because no one really knows this one. Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore.
Who's in that?
Oh my God, what's her name?
Oh my God. Hold on. That sounds so familiar.
Jodie Foster is in that one as well.
Oh my
But-
God. Oh my God. So it's Ellen Bernstein.
Is that Ellen Bernstein, Harvey Keitel,
Oh my
Jodie
God.
Foster, Chris Christopherson.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I've heard of this.
It's
yeah.
basically like a road trip movie with like a mother and her son as she's trying to make a life for herself, trying to like sing, and it's like a really beautiful tale.
You should see this movie if you haven't already, called Paper Moon,
Hmm.
which is another, I think, black and white 70s movie. It's a husband, it's a dad and a daughter, and it is basically a giant inspiration for Logan.
Hmm.
Their whole cross-country moments, their everything, it's very similar. But no, I've never heard of this. So
Yeah.
no, I actually might have to check it out.
It's
Wow.
great. Like the dichotomy between like the son and like the mother is like hilarious. The son goes on his little adventure and meets Jodie Foster. It's like, and like they got out of like an abusive relationship and like the husband dies. It's like this whole thing, but it's one of his underrated, his sleeper hits
It's
that nobody brings up.
he has too many movies. I think that too many in a good way. Like there's too many to actually like. There's not many I can fault.
No,
There's not a Scorsese movie I'm like, nah, fuck that movie. I'm not gonna watch it. Like, he made Hugo. He made a kids movie. He was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm so great. I'm gonna make a kids movie literally about how great filming is.
Not only did he make a kids movie, but he made Wolf of Wall Street directly after that.
Like, immediately. Like, there are a few directors that can do that. Like, again, Steven Spielberg made E.T. and fucking Indiana Jones in the same year. That's professionally Raiders of the Lost Ark. Same year.
Jaws was his first movie.
Jaws, this motherfucker cannot miss.
Started off creating the blockbuster with Jaws.
Like, again, he made Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, but like George Lucas kind of forced him to do some things.
Hey, Steven, can you help me with this?
Hey, you want to make this movie? No, I don't, George. I do not. Well, money. Damn it, George. I guess I'll do it. Yeah, no,
I mean, then again, he did make BFG, but we're not even going to talk about that.
BFG's a Disney movie. We don't need to talk about it. Have you ever seen BFG? Big fucking giant?
I don't think so.
It's a Roald Dahl book.
Oh, I remember seeing the trailer and I was like, this is kind of corny.
Yeah.
There's parts of it, like, it is. It's not my thing. But
I need to watch his West Side Story that he just made.
I need to see it.
Does
Like,
it really stand for big fucking giant?
It stands for Big Friendly Giant.
Oh.
yeah, no, so
Who's the kid?
just some kid. Just a kid. Who else? Okay.
Third favorite, I think we already got to there because I said Scorsese, Tarantino, and then who did you say?
Well, for my third, I am going to go with Stanley Kubrick. And yeah, so for mine, it's been Coen Brothers. Yeah, I'll go Stanley Kubrick second. There we go. Stanley Kubrick is my second. I really love 2001. My favorite of his is still A Clockwork Orange. I think that The Shining is a beautiful movie. I think that the way he can shoot a shot to actually get such a field of claustrophobia, a field of like weird thoughts of, it's something, he knows how to make a scene. And honestly, if it wasn't for Kubrick, we wouldn't have so many fucking people. Like, we wouldn't have so many things if it wasn't for Kubrick. Like Lolita, Spartacus, like...
You know that one shot in The Shining where, like, Jack is at the freezer door? And
Yes.
he's just, like, shooting up at him?
Yes.
That was, like, improvised on the spot.
That's lovely.
Like, I forgot how he, like, locked of it. He wanted, like, a different, like, coverage for it. And there was, like, a video of behind-the-scenes footage of him having one of those, like, scopes that you see directors having that have, that shows, like, a shot. And he's, like, up under Jack. And he's like, yeah, this will be it. A good old Englishman.
And I also think my third favorite director is Wes motherfucking Anderson. And I think that perfectly segues into our final bit, which is we have watched another one of his movies, which I've actually never seen, The Royal Tenenbaums.
Yes. I told this man about this movie. I was like, you gotta watch it. It's one of his. It might be his magnum opus, maybe.
So The Royal Tenenbaums, made in 2001, the year of my birth, the year of, I think, Darnell's also birth.
Yes, indeed.
Good old people.
10/01/01.
I think that it was incredible. As somebody who loves Moonrise Kingdom, as somebody who likes Fantastic Mr. Fox, who likes Steve Zissou, it was really up my alley. It was a fantastic film, and I don't think there was a character I disliked. I never thought I'd see Gene Hackman be charismatic because I'm so used to him being like an asshole and everything.
He started out as an asshole in the movie.
He's so charismatic by the end.
Yeah.
When he gets stabbed, it's so funny. It is so funny.
Second time this dude stabbed him. Like, why did you keep stabbing this man?
I love that. Ben Stiller's great. Angelica Houston's great. Like, there really isn't a bad performance in that movie for me. When you can make me forget that that's Gwyneth Paltrow,
Yeah.
you made me forget that Gwyneth Paltrow is over in the corner inhaling her nicotine inhaler. I did not.
The thing with Royal Tenenbaums is so, like, charming about it is, like, the story is just so simple, but the characters in it are, like, completely complex. Like, Ben Stiller's whole backstory about, like, the wife dying in the plane crash and him trying to, like, keep his boys safe is, like, really, like, touching.
That's beautiful, and the fact that he, like, hates his father and tried to be, like, a businessman and take over at such a young age, it just means he's, like, the anal retentive of the kids, and he's, like, nervous and freaked out, and he won't let his guard down, which I find so pretty in the ending. of like him being the last person to see him is
Yeah.
so bittersweet.
Yeah.
Like it's so good. And
Owen Wilson, watch out! Here I come.
oh
Coming
my
hot.
God, Owen Wilson on fucking mescaline. Not a thing I'd ever think I'd see, and my God, I want more of it. If this movie does anything for all of you, you will love both of the Wilsons. Both of them give some of the best performances I've ever seen any of them give. But I will again say the standout performance is Gwyneth fucking Paltrow somehow.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Gwyneth Paltrow is like good and emotionless, and she knows how to come into a scene and come out of a scene. I never thought that amazing actress would make Goop.
No.
And I think with
Doesn't
that,
she have
What?
a vagina candle?
no, yeah, that's Goop.
That's Goop.
That's
and then
Goop.
she has like the $200 smoothie thing.
Yes.
I'm curious, David. What did you think of Once Upon a Time when we were watching it?
I thought it was good. I mean, I was really cold, but I really liked Sharon Tate. I liked Margot Robbie playing
Yeah.
her. I thought that was good. But I wish I would have gotten to see the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because I was a little confused. I mean, like, obviously I knew they were on set, so you have to, like, see the difference of that. But it was just like Leonardo was playing somebody
Mm-hmm.
who was also playing somebody, so it was kind of like breaking some type of wall, but it didn't really break like a fourth wall.
It was more just showing the studio system within the 1960s, late 1960s, early 70s, seeing how things were. I like that it was such a collective, because I'm going to be real with you, that's the first time I've never seen that movie from start to finish.
Really?
Never. So seeing that, I liked all of the mini scenes from other movies in it.
Yeah.
And I thought the fact that is why Tarantino is still, I think, the top director. Like,
Is
he was.
an independent.
He's
director
not
still, or
independent.
no?
He's vaguely funded by the Weinsteins, or used to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, literally, like all of his old films pre-Me Too movement were funded
Miramax.
by the
Miramax.
Miramax
Miramax.
and the Weinstein Company.
Okay.
Up until actually Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, I was about to say like,
By Sony.
oh shit, yeah. So he's never been an independent person. He just can make a film like somebody who's independent. And that's the thing is like, I think a majority of our favorite directors come from that kind of ground.
I was gonna list off a few names here. I got Spike.
Oh, Spike
Oh,
Lee.
yeah.
My favorite movie of his is Crooklyn.
I understand that.
I also like Mo Better Blues with him and Denzel. School Days. Of course, Do the Right Thing. And actually, The Four Bloods. I appreciate that movie a lot.
Sam Raimi, Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3. And that's where we stop the list. Oh, Darkman. Darkman's a great movie. Fantastic
He's
movie.
definitely a big Raimi fan. I know he can't wait for this fucking Doctor Strange movie to come out.
There are shots in this movie that make me feel like a kid. And honestly speaking, if we get anything like Spider-Man or get a moment where I see Spider-Man directed by Sam Raimi, that'll be the final touch that I need to not, get rid of Marvel. But
I need to put you onto some names. Bob Fosse.
never heard of.
Holy shit. Wait, I know I wrote down a lot more than just him. Okay, yeah. Bob Fosse, he directed two of my all-time favorite movies and what my favorite musical of all time. It beat out The Wiz. Look at that. Lenny Bruce, the biopic movie starring Dustin Hoffman as Lenny Bruce.
Never seen.
All shot in black and white.
Ooh,
How
you
do
might have.
you feel
Beautiful.
about like black and white movies over like movies in color?
When done right, they can be the most beautiful films ever made.
But how about done by Zack Snyder? But doesn't it add a style? Doesn't it make the movie so much better?
To all you Restore the Zack Snyderverse people, I'm gonna need you to like go back to that hall or that hole wherever you came out of, like the under that rock, under that dark Kryptonian rock, wherever you came from.
No. But restore the Snyder Cut.
It was restore the. Where's the air cut?
No, where's the air cut?
Jesus.
No, but thank you so much, all of you. Thank you all for being around for the No Room for Improvement podcast.
Yes, thank you all.
And this is Stark,
This is Darnell.
and we are signing off for the day.
Have a good day, y'all.